Well, hey there, welcome to the channel. Blackgirl staying here. Thank you for stopping by. If you're new, well, I do hope you stick around, and if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. So, as you may have already guessed by the title, today I'm going to tell you guys a story, a very interestingly annoying story. It was annoying, but now when I think back to it, it just makes me laugh. And oh, in case you're wondering why my background looks different from what you're used to, that's because I moved. So if you've missed that video, check it out right there, okay? So let's get into it. This was during the winter. I was traveling from my school to a different city, which I had heard was like the hub of black people. And if you live in China, then you know that, being black is hard. So I just wanted to go there because I had heard that there were so many black people there, and I just wanted to be somewhere where so many people looked like me. I just wanted to see what it felt like. And I had also heard that there were a lot of African food over there, and oh boy, I needed that. I'm talking about Guangzhou City. So I had heard about this place, and then I just wanted to, go there to buy food and stuff. And I had previously gone to see my friends in a different city, so I was going from that city to this place before I go back to my school. So it was a long ride. It was a slow train. It was about 10 hours. My phone died, my battery died, my power bank was out of juice. So I was like stranded pretty much. So I got off the train and I couldn't book a hotel online. I tried, but then I couldn't because, again, if you live in China, then you know the foreigners cannot live in just any hotel at all. It was hard, and booking a hotel online sometimes can get really difficult and frustrating. So that's what happened. I got off the train, right? My phone was dead. I hadn't managed to book a hotel yet. So I thought to myself, it couldn't be that bad. I could just get down, get a taxi, and then, ask the taxi driver to get me a hotel. It should be easy, right? No, it wasn't. I got down from the train and there were like so many people that I had ever seen in my life. So then I went to where the taxis were, and it was like a long queue. So I joined the queue. And then when it was my turn, I sat in the taxi, and then I told the taxi driver, you know what? I'm looking for a hotel. My phone is dead. So just drive around and find me a hotel, and that's it. This guy said no. I'm like, what do you mean no? I'm paying for the ride. Just drive, right? He said, no, that's not how we do it over here. You need to give me an address and I drive you there. And he literally made me get out of the car. So I got down, and then I was just looking around thinking to myself, oh my gosh, what do I do? What have I done? Like, I was totally confused. I did not see that coming. So then as I stood there wondering what my fate was gonna be, two guys walked up to me. I think they were like probably taxi drivers or something because they were in the same place. They walked up to me and they said hi. And I was trying to be nice. I said hi. Then they started talking to me. And then when they realized that I could speak Chinese, they started talking some more. Hey, how are you? What's up? Like, what do you do? What are you doing here? All that stuff. And then within a few minutes, there were like 4 other guys. I literally had 6 men around me. They had made a complete circle around me. So I was like, what is going on here? I didn't panic. I was still listening to them. So I tried to explain to them that my phone was dead and I needed help. And if you're going to interrogate me and ask me all these questions, you might as well help me, right? Then they started talking about, oh, your hair is nice, you look pretty, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just spent 10 hours on a train. I look nowhere near pretty. But then, I don't know where the conversation was heading. So I realized, like, this was gradually getting awkward. But then I decided to ignore it because I needed the help, right? So then eventually I told this guy that I needed a hotel. And he said, okay, fine, I will take you to a hotel close by. I said, okay, great, thank you so much. So then we started to walk. And in like what, 100 meters, this guy said, you know what, you can actually stay at my place and it's okay. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't want to stay at your place. And he said, why not? And I'm like, because I don't know you. Plus, I want to stay close to the train station so that it would be convenient for me when I want to go home, because I'm going to be buying a lot of stuff. And he's like, okay, that's fine. We'll just get a hotel. And But I'm like, okay, calm down, calm down. And then another 100 meters away, he's like, okay, so what type of hotel are you looking for? Do you want like a big bed for 2 people, or like just 2 different beds, or what? And I looked around, looked at him, and I'm like, it's just me. Why would I need a big 2 beds or a big bed? Like something simple just for me. He's like, well, where do I sleep? I'm like, what do you mean, where do you sleep? At this point, I was getting really mad. So then I realized where the whole I like your hair, I like your skin thing was coming from, right? And it was like, well, we're going together, right? Where do I sleep? And I'm like, I had to calm myself down, okay? And I said, no, I need a hotel for just me because I'm staying in a hotel by myself. And he's like, so why am I here with you? And I'm like, whoa, I thought you were just trying to help me. Guess what this guy did? You won't even believe it. This is the part that really gets me. Like, this guy legit stood there, looked at me and said, well, find your hotel yourself. And he just walked away. And I'm like, whoa, that did not just happen. And I was so shocked. Like, I turned, looked at him. I'm like, I was so shocked. I don't know what happened. I thought he was joking. I really did. So then I looked back and I'm like, did he just walk away? Like, you know, I stood there asking myself questions. I'm like, what the hell just happened? I don't know. And this guy, he still kept walking. I really thought he was joking. I thought he was gonna come back. Dumb, right? And I kept looking at him and he was just walking. And I was like, what the hell what just happened? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand. What? That was literally my reaction. I'm like, what just happened? And so I stood there, like, in this train station. This time it was a subway. We're going to take the subway to go to wherever he was trying to take me to, you know? So then I stood there. At this point, he was gone. Like, he was gone. My phone was still dead. I was still trying to process everything because I didn't believe that was happening. I literally stood in the same spot for like 5 minutes. And then I just walked back out in the same direction that we came. So now I walked back to the train station that I had just come from. I was going to like find somewhere to charge my phone. I had seen is a McDonald's or a KFC place along there. So I went there hoping to, like, you know, eat something, because at this point, I mean, what else could I do, right? Eat something and then get a place to charge my phone. But then I didn't even get there. And then I met this guy, another Chinese guy. He was like giving out flyers and stuff. Since it's a train station and people are just coming in, we have like this hostel type things that mostly are for Chinese people, because these are places that foreigners are usually allowed to live in. So then I just met him, and then he gave me the thing. So I looked at it and I'm like, well, these are all hostels, you know, like the bunk bed type thing, and then you pay for like 50 RMB a night or something. But those places are usually not safe, and they're usually for the locals. So then he handed me that, and I asked him if he had something better, like a hotel. So then he was like, yeah, he could find me one. So then we went to one that was closest to the train station. But of course, they wouldn't let me stay because, I don't know, I'm a foreigner, and sometimes foreigners do not stay in certain hotels because I don't know, really, I really don't. They say that it's against the rules for foreigners to stay in hotels that are, I think, less than 4 stars. I think so, 4 or 3, don't quote me on that, but something like that. So then I couldn't stay there. So I had to find a different hotel. So then he said, okay, I know another one that I can take you to. This time I was a bit skeptical, but seeing that he was handing out the flyers, I figured that's what he does, right? So then we took the bus a few stops from the train station, and then he sent me to this hotel. Like, I paid and was like, oh my gosh, this is a miracle. Like, that guy was sent from heaven. But then the first guy, he literally thought that I was a prostitute because I had a backpack, and I guess because I was black. Because later I heard, I don't even want to put this on the other black people, but later I heard that that particular city had, like, you know, some sex workers who were black. So I guess he was thinking that I was one of those, considering that I had my backpack and stuff. Maybe, I don't know. But even despite the fact that people did stuff like that, even if it was true, I don't know why he would immediately assume that I would want to, you know, spend the night with him or something. It was like really annoying. And then I remembered something that my friend had been saying even before I left to this city. She was telling me right from the beginning, Stancia, you need to be very careful when you go there. I'm like, and this friend of mine, she's American, but she's black, you know? So it's like, in China, being the discrimination is not really about the fact that you're black, but I don't know how to explain it. Most of them just assume that every single black person is African. And I do not mean having African roots. I mean being from and living in Africa. So it's like, immediately they see a black person, sometimes they don't even say foreigner, they say African. That's what they say. So my friend had been through a lot. She's American, but they always, you know, treat her like the way they treat all of us, just because she's black. A lot of them assume that all Americans are white. So sometimes when you're black and you can tell them you're American or you're English, they don't believe it, because, you know, you're supposed to be from Africa, you're black, you know? But yeah, she used to tell me, be careful, be careful. I'm like, why do you keep telling me to be careful? Like, it's fine, I'll be good. I can do this by myself. You know, I went alone. So then when I got back and I told her that story, she's like, oh my gosh, Stancia, but I told you to be careful. But she's like, I thought you knew. This is something that is very common over there. Like, they usually harass a lot of black women, because the point is, a lot of, well, not a lot, but some Chinese men, you know, they just see black women as, I really don't want to make this a thing, but see, let me tell you, apart from this guy, he's not the first one to treat me like that. So I'm not even going to say, I don't want to make this a thing. Like, some Chinese men see black women as a trophy, you know, kinda. And not a trophy in the good sense. A trophy as in, I want to be with a black woman so I can say that I have been with a black woman. You know, that's how they see it. Because I've literally had people add me up on social media, and then the conversation was like heading in that direction. So I have to cut them off and stuff like that. So it's real. But then my friend, she said that she thought I knew, and that's why she didn't go into details. But I'm like, no, I didn't know any of that. You know, I only went there because, you know, it's called the Chocolate City, because there's a lot of black people there, and I just wanted to feel like I was among people that, you know, looked like me. And then that was what I got. But luckily, God sent me an angel, and then he found me a place where I could stay for like the 3 days that I was there. These are Chinese people, so then you can't classify an entire nationality or race of people based on the actions of one. I get that, okay? Because like, one Chinese dude messed up, then the next one was helpful, so it's kind of like that. But then these are things that people go through when, you know, a lot of black people go through that in China. So like, that is life. And I have so much to say, but I really do not want to make this a big deal. This is just like, I'm just telling a story. This is my experience, and I just wanted to share that. So that's pretty much it. Now, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you subscribe, and I hope you give the video a thumbs up, and I hope you share the video, you know, and I will see you guys in my next video.